We're in the middle of this door access install and this door will not close. This project is a mess. Today is an exciting day because today we are going to be installing this door strike alongside the G6 entry with a G3 starter kit as well. This is going to be a fully Ubiquiti install. We're going to be doing door access, we'll be doing the reader, we'll be doing the actual controls from the UniFi Talk phones. This door is going to be a pain. We have mortise locks, so these locks are offset from normal locks, and I cheaped out and purchased a $30 door strike instead of a $500 door strike because the $500 door strike seemed a little excessive. So in the box of the G6 entry, we have the mounting plates as well as the G6 entry itself. And this is the G6 entry, so it is a very tall and skinny device that should fit really well on the location we're going to be putting this. The G6 entry is super sleek and small. It runs at $250 and it has a 5 megapixel main camera and a 8 megapixel package camera. For our use case, the fact that it is flush mounted is amazing. We don't have to inset it into the door, we can just mount it right on the surface. This is the plate we'll actually be using, so it will basically just go onto the wall like this, and then the reader will basically snap on or something like that to clip on. We'll be doing this on a door frame as you can see on the screen, and this is going to be a harder install because we don't want to crack the glass, we don't want to do anything like that. So this hub is very nice and small and compact, so it just has a few terminals here. The lock terminals is what we'll be using for the door strike. The door hub mini itself will receive PoE power from our network switch. It'll provide PoE power to the G6 entry, and it will provide power to our door strike as well. I always like to lay this out on the bench before I install it just to make sure it all works, so you'll see a basic wiring diagram of our setup right here. And you will see we have the new device available for adoption. We will adopt the hub first. And let's go ahead and get the strike mounted and everything ready to go. You'll see the plate it was removed from the door, and it's just a matter of drilling it out. The door hardware was also removed so we can fix the lock on it. You'll see it's drilled out now, and now we just need to drill a hole through for our wire to pass through. This is going to be for the electric strike. We only need 2 wires because the strike is just positive and ground. So the strike will be mounted in here. The mount in here is a little jank. You'll see it moves around, but it's gonna work. So we have the wire coming through for that. We're soon gonna poke a hole right in here for the reader cable. We'll just put that on the surface. The cable will come out and into the reader. And that should be pretty clean. It's just a matter of now getting the second cable through. We have one Ethernet through. We just need the second one through. I apologize for the quick clip right here. You'll see though the door hub is powered, the strike is installed or hanging from the wire, and now we're drilling out the wire for the reader to mount to. And you'll also see the door does not close. That is a key function of the door, and it is not working. So that is a problem. Coming over here, we have the entry that is booting up. We have the latch for the door. You'll see it's sticking out rather far, and unfortunately, the door does not close. So you'll see that piece goes back in, but it doesn't go all the way in, and this does not close. So for us, at least at my church, we have not found a solution to get strikes that work with our mortise locks. The only solution we have found is offsetting the strike by enough that the door continues to work. That is a horrible solution, and that's why our door access installs look like this, and this, and this. Yeah. It's not great. So unfortunately, they don't look good, but I can tell you they do work. And in our case, after drilling out more, the maintenance guy proceeded to kind of screw it back in. That way it is mounted a little bit more sturdy. And he put some like glue metal bond stuff. I don't even know. So that's why you see that like shiny-ish silver stuff around the strike. That is done, and the strike is solid enough. Unfortunately though, after we added hinges that make the door automatically close, it was hitting rather hard, and it was hitting enough that it would bounce back out and open the door again, which is obviously a problem. So we had to go through and put some dampers on the door, that way it cannot close as quickly. But per the maintenance guy's recommendation, we ordered a pull bar for the door, so just like you see on like a restaurant bathroom or something, you pull the door open and it opens the door, again, only when the lock is unlocked. And this is a strike, so it is fail-secure, and this is one of the most important things I wanted to mention in this video that we did not do very well in the first idea we had for this door. And by we, I'm not taking credit for this. Anyways, without directly pointing fingers, and that's not what I do, I wanted to say one of the ideas that somebody brought up was the fact that we could potentially have no door handle on the inside, and you would have a request to exit button, motion sensor, etc. The problem that I had with that is, and a few guys in our group chat also had the problem, where if the power goes out, it is a fail secured door. So that means you're not able to open the door in the event of a power outage. So for fire safety rules, I would imagine, and the group chat even said that you probably have to have a door handle to be able to open the door, or else you would get stuck inside, and that was going to be a problem. We do have the interior door handle still functional, so you can turn the door handle and open the door, and it does unlatch the door, so that is a way to exit out of the door. But in terms of entry, there is no physical lock on this door, so we are putting trust in the strike that the strike will continue to work. There is a back door to the office in the back of the hallway, and we are eventually going to do door access on that door as well. I think I'm going to feed that from a different switch. That way, if one switch is offline for whatever reason, you can still get into the offices. Also, because if there's no lock on either door, it's vital that we have a working access control into that area. Because if we don't have that, then nobody can get in. So I've just come to the church to try the door out again. And there's a different screw hole this time as well, I think. So, but anyways, we do have access control on this door, so that is a nice thing to have. So the best part again is the G6 entry. This looks great. I think that the light on it is nice. The camera, it's a wider angle camera, so we can see more from it. As well as the NFC built-in capabilities, obviously to read the badges or read the phone or touch pass or whatever we use to authenticate. As well as the doorbell button is very nice for this door, because on the front door we have a doorbell button, but if this was just a normal side door with a reader, it would have been difficult for people to get in here if they don't have access. So the fact that we have the doorbell means people can ring into the offices and get in if they need to. There is still work to be done here. Obviously on the inside, the raceway is in though, which looks good, but it is a matter of just cleaning this up. Well, if you guys have any questions about the G6 entry, please let me know. This is a test of the audio and video from the device at nighttime. I think it sounds pretty good, but we will find out pretty soon. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you all in the next video.